Once again, good morning. In our previous video, we have discussed about colligative property, elevation of boiling point, and relative lowering in vapor pressure. Today, we will discuss third colligative property, depression of freezing point. As you all know, freezing point, a temperature at which both liquid and solid state coexist. But when we explain freezing point in terms of the vapor pressure, freezing point is a temperature at which vapor pressure of liquid phase becomes equal to vapor pressure of solid phase. What is freezing point? Temperature at which Vp of liquid phase becomes equal to Vp of solid phase. A temperature at which vapor pressure in liquid phase becomes equal to vapor pressure in solid phase is known as freezing point. Suppose we add a certain amount of non-volatile solute into a volatile solvent to prepare a solution. Non-volatile solute will occupy certain place at the surface of solution and reduce the rate of vaporization. Hence, vapor pressure of the solution gets reduced and it will become equal to vapor pressure of solid phase at a lower temperature. Hence, freezing point get reduced, freezing point get lowered. That reduce in freezing point, that lowering in freezing point is known as depression of freezing point. That we have to write in your notes. When we add a certain amount of non-volatile solute into a volatile solvent to prepare a solution, non-volatile solute occupy a certain space at the surface of solution. Hence, vapor pressure get reduced and vapor pressure of the solution becomes equal to vapor pressure of the frozen solvent at lower temperature, and freezing point get reduced or lower. That lowering in freezing point is known as depression of freezing point. What is that? That depression of freezing point. That you have to write in your notes. Thereafter, if I will explain the things in terms of graph, I plot a curve between temperature in degree Kelvin and vapor pressure. We know the vapor pressure of the frozen solvent lower than vapor pressure of the liquid solvent. So it is the vapor pressure of the frozen solvent it is the vapor pressure of liquid solvent when we add a non-volatile solute into the liquid solvent or a volatile solvent, the vapor pressure gets reduced. Hence, Vp of the non-volatile solute will be solution will be the vapor pressure of the solution will be represent as this curve. Here, the frozen solvent, Vp of the frozen solvent becomes equal to Vp of the liquid solvent. Hence, it is a freezing point. When we extrapolate or produce this curve, the vapor pressure of the solution becomes equal to frozen solvent at this stage. Suppose this is the EF and this will be the TF0. because it is related to the pure solvent and it is related to the solution. So this much of amount of temperature or freezing point get reduced, that is represented as del Tf. Del Tf is the depression of freezing point. Del Tf is what? Del Tf is the depression in freezing point, which is equal to Tf0 minus Tf. Tf0 is the freezing point of the pure solvent and Tf is the freezing point of the solution. It is observed that depression of freezing point is directly proportional. Depression of freezing point is directly proportional to the molar concentration of non-volatile solute. Depression of freezing point is directly proportional to the molar concentration of non-volatile solute. How it is? So del Tf is directly proportional to m, molar concentration. When we eliminate the sign of proportionality, we have to put a constant that is known as Kf. Kf is molar depression constant or cryoscopic constant. Molar depression constant or cryoscopic. So del Tf is equal to Kf. Here we will explain what is the Kf. How will you define the Kf? I am removing this. Once again I am explaining it. It is the vapor pressure of frozen solvent. It is the vapor pressure of liquid solvent. When we add a non-volatile solute, vapor pressure of the solution get reduced. Hence it is shown by this curve. Where the vapor pressure of the liquid solvent become equal to the frozen solvent, it is known as freezing point of the pure solvent. After adding a solute, non-volatile solute into the solvent, we will get the solution, and so the vapor pressure of the solution becomes equal to vapor pressure of the frozen solvent at the temperature Tf, that is the freezing point of solution. This much is the lowering in freezing point or the depression in freezing point, which is known as depression of freezing point, or that is expressed as del Tf. Now we explain Kf, cryoscopic constant or the molar depression constant. It is very simple. If we take m is equal to 1 mole per kg, since it is a molarity, then del Tf becomes equal to Kf, because value of m becomes 1. Hence Kf, cryoscopic constant or the molar depression constant, is depression of freezing point cryoscopic constant or the molar depression constant is the depression of freezing point when 1 mole of non-volatile solute added in 1 kg of solvent. Molar depression constant or cryoscopic constant is the depression in freezing point when 1 mole of non-volatile solute added in 1 kg of solvent. For numerical purpose, we will elaborate del Tf is equal to Kfm. Since del Tf is equal to Kfm, m is the molarity it can be expressed as WB, gram weight of the solute, upon MB, molecular weight of the solute. It gives us a number of moles per kg of solvent. If we take the amount of solvent in gram, then we have to put 1000 over here, and then TF becomes equal to KF WB into 1000 upon MB into WA. Then MB is equal to KF WB into 1000 upon del TF into WA. This is the formula by which we can find out the molar mass of non-volatile solute. Numerically, for numerical purpose, it is very important. It was all about our third colligative property, depression of freezing point. Now I will go for fourth one, which is osmotic pressure. The fourth colligative property is osmotic pressure. Before starting osmotic pressure, I would like to explain osmosis. Osmosis is what? Osmosis is actually spontaneous flow of the solvent molecule through the semi-permeable membrane. Osmosis is the spontaneous flow of the solvent molecule from solvent compartment to the solution compartment through a semi-permeable membrane. Suppose we have a solution and solvent which are separated through a SPM, semi-permeable membrane. I will explain semi-permeable membrane further. Then solvent molecule start spontaneously flow towards the solution. This phenomena is known as osmosis, or we can say spontaneous flow, osmotic pressure. This one is our fourth colligative property, osmosis. Spontaneous flow of solvent molecule from solvent to solution through semi-permeable membrane. Which is also written as SPM, is known as osmosis. It is a one-way movement of the solvent particle through the solvent to solution. But in case of diffusion, there are the two-way movement. Both of the side particles are moved. Hence, it is slightly different from diffusion. Okay, osmosis. Here we get a new word, SPM, semi-permeable membrane. It is a membrane which allows only solvent particle to pass through it. A membrane which allows to pass only solvent particle, not solid particle, is known as SPM. A membrane which allows only solvent allowed to pass, a membrane which allowed to pass only solvent molecule or solvent particle, not solute particle, is known as SPM. Once again, as you know, osmosis is the spontaneous flow of the solvent particle through the solvent to solution, from solvent to solution through SPM. SPM is a special membrane which allow to pass only solvent particle, not solute particle, is known as semi-permeable membrane. There are the certain examples of the semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane may be cellophane, it may be parchment paper, a special kind of filter paper you can say, and cell wall of living cell. Cellophane, parchment paper and cell wall of living cell. It can also be prepared by inorganic substances like copper, ferrocyanide. Cu2FeCN6. Copper ferrocyanide. So there are the four examples of the semi-permeable membrane. One is the cellophane, second one is the parchment paper, third one is the cell wall of the living cell, and copper ferrocyanide which is prepared from the inorganic substances. Now we take our fourth colligative property, osmotic pressure. What is the osmotic pressure? Osmotic pressure can simply understand through the osmosis. What happens in osmosis? In osmosis, solvent particle pass through the semi-permeable membrane into the solution compartment. That means if we exert a certain pressure at the solution compartment which stop the flow of solvent particle to the solution compartment is known as osmotic pressure. What is the osmosis? Osmosis is the spontaneous flow of the solvent particle to the solution compartment through SPM. If we exert certain pressure at the surface of solution, the solvent particle, a flow of solvent particle gets stopped, and that pressure is known as osmotic pressure. Minimum pressure exert or apply at surface of solution to stop flow of solvent to solution compartment through SPM. सिंपल, सॉल्यूशन कंपार्टमेंट पे अगर आप सॉल्यूशन की सरफेस पे कोई प्रेशर एक्सर्ट करते हो विच स्टॉप द फ्लो ऑफ सॉल्वेंट मॉलिक्यूल टू द सॉल्यूशन कंपार्टमेंट थ्रू SPM is known as osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure is denoted as pi. And pi is equal to CRT. C is what? C is the molarity. In previous colligative property we are taking molarity. Now we are taking molarity. Pi is equal to CRT. If we explain it further, C is the NB by WB, or we can say NB upon V RT. Number of mole of solute upon volume of solution. R is the gas constant, T is the temperature. NB is the number of mole of the solute particle, V is the volume of solution, R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, and pi is the osmotic pressure. On further expansion, NB can be written as WB upon NB into V R into T. Since R is the constant, temperature remain constant, MB molar mass, V is the volume. MB, V, R and T, all four are the constant at this stage. Then pi is directly proportional to the WB. And WB is what? Number of solute particles. Hence, it is a colligative property. Or we can find NB is equal to WB into R into T upon pi into V. It's all about osmotic pressure. Now, according to osmotic pressures, solutions are further classified in three categories. One is the isotonic solutions, second one is the hypotonic solutions, and third one is the hypertonic solutions. Isotonic solutions are those solutions which are having same osmotic pressure. If the osmotic pressure of the two solutions are same, then they are known as isotonic. वो दो solution जिनके osmotic pressure same है, वो isotonic solution कहलाते हैं. Hypertonic solution, if osmotic pressure of a solution is greater than other solution, then it is hypertonic. If osmotic pressure of the solution is less than other solution, then it is a hypotonic. The classification of the solution according to osmotic pressure. One mark question. Generally, it is asked in a board exam. What is the isotonic solution or what is the hypertonic solution? Those solutions whose osmotic pressure are same. Very simple example. When we inject a substances in intravenous, that means during the disease we take injection. The liquid used should be have same osmotic pressure as the osmotic pressure of cell fluid. That means the liquid used for the injection of the substance into intravenous into the veins should have same osmotic pressure as cell fluid. Otherwise, there will be a certain problem. Cell fluid. Then second one, hypertonic or hypotonic. Solution whose osmotic pressure is less than other solution. Osmotic pressure is less than other solution is known as hypotonic, and third one is hypertonic. Solution whose osmotic pressure greater than other solution. Osmotic pressure greater than other solution. It was the whole about of colligative properties. In colligative properties, we have discussed four properties: relative lowering in vapor pressure, elevation of boiling point, depression of freezing point, and osmotic pressure. Thank you. In next video, we will discuss abnormal molar mass and Van Hoff factor. Thank you and have a nice day.